USIA, when it was created, contained only more or less information programs, the cultural programs, and by this I mean really only the exchange program, which was such a which Senator Fulbright sponsored and had so much faith in. When the USIA was created, Fulbright put his foot down and he said, well, that's going to be a propaganda agency. I don't want the exchange program to be there. And he insisted that the exchange program stay in the Department of State, which it did. But sometime in 1958, after George had been USIA director for a year or so, he wrote a memorandum to Lloyd Henderson, who was then the Undersecretary for Management in the department, suggesting that CU, Cultural Affairs, from the State Department be transferred to USIA. And Henderson was very taken aback and asked George to go to lunch with him. And George Allen took me along. So I'm a first witness of that conversation. Lloyd Henderson started the meeting, to the best of my recollection, by saying, you know, in 1953, when USIA was created, we sent a memorandum to all top ambassadors and asked whether the split between information and culture made any sense and what our position should be. And you sent back a telegram saying that's a very good idea to separate the two. And now you want to reunite it? What happened? And George Allen, who always had wonderful stories, said, Lloyd, let me tell you, when Livingston Merchant was assigned to Australia in the late 40s, early 50s, he sent a memorandum to the department saying, times have changed. Australia and New Zealand should not be in the European Bureau anymore. It should be in the Far Eastern Bureau. When Eisenhower became president, he appointed Livy Merchant as Assistant Secretary for European Affairs. One of the first memoranda that he had to sign is that the Office of European Affairs had to give up Australia and New Zealand. He objected. And they pointed out to him, but Livy, this was your idea in the first place. And Livy answered, saying, now that I'm Assistant Secretary for European Affairs, I'm being more objective. Lloyd, now that I'm USIA Director, I'm being more objective. That's why I want to see you in USIA.